A few days ago, I broke up with my boyfriend with PowerPoint. Here's how it all went down. We were having dinner, and as usual, I was the one who cooked. My boyfriend's cooking skills are pretty much limited to microwaving instant noodles or setting off the fire alarm by accident. So I handle the meals, and I usually don't mind. But that night, as we were eating, I noticed him giving me this smirk. I asked him what was up, and he grinned at me in a way that instantly put me on edge. Then, he got up, fetched his laptop, and hooked it up to the TV, saying he'd made a little presentation. The title of his slideshow? Improving our home dining experience. I should have seen where this was going, but I was too stunned to react at first. He proceeded to go through a detailed presentation critiquing my cooking, complete with suggestions on how I could improve. There were even graphs of the spiciness levels he thought were too intense, and bar charts on what he thought were texture issues. He found it hilarious and was laughing the entire time, but I was just speechless. When I finally told him I didn't find it funny, he shrugged and said, "Come on, lighten up, it's just a joke." After that, I decided I was done cooking for him. I let him fend for himself for a few days, which, predictably, led to burnt toast, overcooked pasta, and a surprising amount of takeout. During this silent treatment phase, he barely noticed that I was upset and didn't even apologize. Instead, after a few days, he came back with another PowerPoint, this one called How to Take a Joke. At that point, I knew I'd reached my limit. I was tired of feeling disrespected in what should have been a supportive relationship, so I decided to respond in a language he'd understand, a PowerPoint of my own. That evening, I put together a presentation titled, Why It's Time to Move On. It had everything. A line graph showing my declining happiness over the past months, a pie chart breaking down his contributions to our household. Spoiler alert, it was mostly me. And a flowchart listing all the reasons he was wrong for me. The next morning, I set up the presentation on the TV and called him over. At first, he thought I was joking, laughing along, but as I moved through each slide, the smile slowly disappeared from his face. By the time we reached slide 4, titled Reasons You're Moving Out Today, he was just staring, wide-eyed. Finally, it hit him that I was serious. We didn't even make it to the last slide before he started mumbling about how he didn't realize and was only kidding, but it was too late. As I watched him awkwardly pack his things, I couldn't help but feel relieved. Now that I'm single, I'm feeling so much better. The irony of the whole thing still makes me laugh. His day job revolves around making presentations, but it turns out that bringing his work home was the last straw for us. I guess he learned that not all jokes are worth the punchline, especially when they're more hurtful than funny.